I'm Onnie Michalsky. I am a self-care coach for moms who desperately need a break but refuse to take one. We talk about all things self-care here, and today we're talking about finding balance or creating balance in your life. So balance, I actually wrote it down. I wanted to make sure that I defined balance in a way that can be understood. So I'm not like blubbering, because so many times I blubber on these things. Okay, balance is that point where we feel content with how we're spending our time. It's not a 50-50 division, but a sense of feeling like we've done our best to tend to all that we need to as a mom. So it's not a number. It's not, you hear about the work-life balance, and as moms, our work is our life, right? Like as stay-at-home moms, we everything we do, right? Like we constantly have our mom hat on. And so finding that balance is not as simple as leaving your laptop at work. It is really being satisfied or content with how we're spending our time, be that, on self-care or with our husband or with our kids. How much time we spend on social media, how much time we are outside with friends, being social. So it really is difficult to find that balance when we're juggling so many different things. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna have some water. And so today, this is what we're talking about. And I found that when my life is in balance, yes, things are going well. But it's when I'm out of balance or, kiltered that I take notice the most, because it usually comes out with feeling completely overwhelmed or stressed or cranky, right? Like increase of irritability, start feeling like cranky, or your patience has decreased. You're not as patient as you once were. Usually, you just feel really just stressed out and overwhelmed, and it might make you tired. And these are all signs that you are, or at least they're signs for me, that I'm unbalanced, or that something needs to change in order to restore the balance in my life. So today I'm going to talk about 3 ways to restore that balance in our lives. And the one is think positively. And this is really the easiest thing. We can control our thoughts. We can direct them to where we want them to go, and what you focus on increases. I've said that before, and it's so true. So when you focus on that positive, or you focus on positivity, you're going to bring more positivity into your life. More positive things are going to happen to you and are going to happen to those around you, because you're focusing on that. Having that attitude of gratitude, and taking that time or making that time each day to be thankful, or to just acknowledge those things that are good in your life, and making it a practice. One way to do it is to, in the morning, right, just keep a running list of things that you're grateful for, and make some time to just review that list. But each day just add maybe 2 or 3 things to it. Even if you could just add one thing, that list will add up, and soon you'll have a huge list of things, so that when you find you are not focusing on the positive, or you're struggling to focus on, you have a tangible list to be able to refer to, and to remind yourself, like, things are good, things can be good, they once were. Let's get that focus back there so that it can be good once again. So thinking positively is the first way to restore balance to your life. The second one is by setting boundaries. This is a huge one for all of us people pleasers, learning how to say no. And I do have a free checklist or free guide on this exact topic, and learning how to say no, some tips and tricks and ways that you can practice and get better at saying no. And this is all part of setting boundaries. And this is going to help you restore balance, because you're going to be able to prioritize and be able to set parameters or set limits on those things that aren't satisfying to you or aren't bringing you joy anymore. And so setting the boundaries, being fully present. This means that if you are with your kids, being with your kids, putting the phone down and focusing on what they're saying and what they're bringing to you. Or if you are cooking dinner, right? Like focusing on cooking dinner or washing the dishes, right? Like just being fully present in the moment. This is a mindfulness technique. And this is part of setting boundaries, because you're saying no to the other things, all the other distractions, and focusing on the task at hand. And this is going to help focus, this is going to help bring focus and balance to your life. And finally, this is a short Facebook Live today. Practicing self-care. Whether this means like developing a hobby or some new interest, learning a new skill, spending time with loved ones, right? I talk about self-care. I talk about all of the different pillars or dimensions of self-care, the physical, social, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual domains of self-care, and making sure that you are touching upon all of them through your day and through your week. Being intentional about your self-care. When you're feeling like you're off balance, when you're feeling that stressed and overwhelmed and tired, you want to make sure that your self-care is being taken care of, that you are able to focus on the basics, restoring that balance and restoring that joy to your life. So there we go. We went over 3 ways to bring balance back to your life, and that is thinking positively, setting boundaries, and practicing self-care. So let me know in the comments. It doesn't look like anyone popped on during this live. And maybe it's because I switched days on you. But let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay here. Which of those 3 ways have you used, and have you found that helps bring balance back to your life? And also let me know, what are the signs that you've noticed when you are getting off of balance, and so that you know when to start implementing these 3 ways. So I hope you all have, I can't even say have a great weekend because it's not even the weekend yet. I wish it was, but it's not. But have a great week, and I will see you next Wednesday.